Well, that was weird, but it probably signaled to you guys that today I'm talking about YouTube songs. And I don't mean no Vivo official shit ported onto the site. I mean stuff made by and for people on the platform. And well, in the vein of good old Crocodile Chop, I'll start us off with a YouTube classic, mashups. Anyone with the proper programs can make a mashup. Just take two songs that have the same or similar BPMs and smash them together. Only have one song? That's alright, just use one of the many template songs, such as Snow Halation, any song from Undertale, the Slide song from Super Mario 64, and pretty much every regular that's in the Steve the Gunner upload. But not just anyone can make a good mashup. To make a good mashup, there's a lot of tuning and editing and cropping out a lot of the audio. You can't just dump two songs together and expect it to work, you know? Mashups, while they aren't an integral part of internet history, they still have their place in it. Anyone who spends a good amount of time on YouTube has stumbled into one of these things. These two songs have the same BPM. Africa Halation, Trier's Requiem, except it's a bonfire. I used to rule the Halation galaxy. It's a very attention-grabbing subject, and while the novelty of it does wear off pretty quickly, you can't deny that it's an integral part of YouTube culture. Plus, some of these things are fucking bangers!
Homie, I wonder who wrote it. Oh shit, all day, pray them niggas go away. Oh, we sell the clowns around it, look like circus show. Like, this is not the album either, these are just the throwaways. This shit still so cold when it drops. I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point where I love and I hate you, and I cannot change you, so I must replace you.
But what if you wanted to spend much less effort for way better results? Nightcore is when you take an already existing song, speed it up, and pitch shift it. That's it. Anyway, on to the next part. In all seriousness, Nightcore really is that simple. Sure, you'll have to find an anime background, and some people add some subtitles, but that's really it. So, if it's that simple, why is this such a popular trend on YouTube? The simple answer is just anime. You see, music in anime is often really hyperbolic and high-octane to match the, well, hyperbolic and high-octane energy of anime. And the action of Nightcore-ing a song gives it that energy. It makes the song more anime. Using this logic, you can look at any Nightcore song as almost a cultural mix, taking Western songs and tuning them up to meet the energy of anime and otaku culture. And, well, you can't say it doesn't work. Nightcore certainly does get you the easy views. It just goes to show how popular anime has gotten in our current culture. But, cultural significance still doesn't change how it just sucks to see a well-crafted, hard-earned video get absolutely demolished by some kid with an audio editor. One of the most recognizable YouTube memes of all time is the classic Nightcore version of Rockefeller Street. But it's far from the only YouTube song that's intrinsically tied to meme culture. Songs have always been an integral part of meme culture, from the old days of Hey Hey and Rickrolling to the modern evolution of TikTok audios. And I really do think that TikTok audios are just the modern version of these songs. With TikTok's ability to take small clips of any song, people are able to make a ton of shit very quickly, with not only old, but new content. Going back and looking in those meme songs playlists, you can see a clear evolutionary line that goes from the conception of YouTube to the early years to what I call the middle school years and up to the modern age. It's all just gotten quicker and more abstract, as is the common trend with most things online. It started off with just funny singular songs and parodies, then it got to more edgy original songs as well as traditional songs being brought in as well. Then there was the era of songs from nostalgic movies and TV shows, as well as parodies, and also, you know. So, yeah, songs in meme culture have always had a turbulent history. And some people may have noticed that I mentioned one type of meme song offhandedly and didn't really elaborate on, well, anything. That's probably because this category of song is half joke, half serious. This is parody. Now, the word parody can mean a lot of things, but in this context, it's a video on YouTube that takes direct inspiration from another, often more popular work. There are two main types of parodies. There's pop parodies that are just comedic spins on existing pop songs that often make fun of the creators of said song, and there's nerd parodies, a parody that takes an existing song and changes the lyrics to reference some work of media. These are your Minecraft parodies you watched as a kid, and those shitty Fortnite parodies kids are watching today.
What do the sweat say?
You are so free.
You are so trash.
You are dog water.
What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, there isn't much to talk about in terms of parodies. Other than the funny shit, there's not much actually interesting stuff going on here. So let's just get all that out of the way, as I'm kind of just using it as a bridge to talk about this next part, fan songs. Fan songs are a classic. When someone has not only the inspiration and will to make a whole ass song for a game, but also have the ability to make it a banger? Yeah, these are some of my favorites. Living Tombstone immediately comes to mind when thinking about this, with their absolute classics being the cornerstone of so many online childhoods. Speaking of online childhoods, those old literal trailers by Tobuscus would definitely be considered in this group. Like, tell me I'm not the only one who memorized some of this shit word for word. But the real fan songs are good in more ways than just nostalgia. The best ones are songs where a person, or even multiple people, actually get together and make something good, for no reason other than the love for a creation. The Undertale musical... No, not that Undertale musical. This Undertale musical. A 41-song labor of love, made by dozens of singers, artists, and creative minds, creating what is honestly an actually good fucking musical. This shit is class. It has reprises, repeating lines, themes, all the while using the original Undertale soundtrack as a bass line. This shit is class. Peanut Butter Gamer is a long-time reviewer and YouTube creator who, 4 years ago, alongside creators Garrett Williamson and Youngtown, made a video that actually didn't perform too well when compared to his others. What was this video, you ask? It just so happens to be one of my favorite songs of all time. I still listen to this thing. It does such a great job of capturing that mystical nature of Breath of the Wild in an honest-to-God, beautiful song. And fuck, who the hell knew that Shaggy from Scooby-Doo had pipes? At this point, we're getting into music that's like genuinely respectable. But there still is one thing. These songs are nerdy as hell. Like, yes, they're still class and respectable and all those adjectives, but I still wouldn't exactly put the Undertale musical on a road trip with friends. There is one step further. These next few songs could actually pass as real songs, but they still are authentically YouTube. What I mean by authentically YouTube is songs that have an identity that is intertwined with YouTube and the culture surrounding it. Now, this category is going to be the biggest out of all of them, but I feel like it's best if we start out with this. A chiptune song made in this fucking primitive software in 2011. It wasn't anything special for a while until people started to actually figure out that it's a fucking banger. Specifically the intro, it evokes a sense of nostalgia for something that isn't a specific memory, just nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. It's really beautiful. speaking of nostalgia, you can't go down YouTube memory lane without talking about Sean Wasabi, the button-pressing, sound-effect mashing, AMV-inspiring two-hit wonder with his songs Marble Soda and Burnt Rice. Marble Soda creates such a bubbly internet feeling with its use of random popular sound effects. And does anyone else remember watching those old AMVs in this song? While Burnt Rice has definitely made it into more playlists with its less dated audio, both of these are staples of mid-2010s internet culture. While the other two examples were both kinda dated, Snail's House's work is fucking timeless on the internet. From animation memes to modern day trends to fucking SFM for TF2, Snail's House music can be found anywhere on the internet. It generally has this very bubbly anime feel to it, and the range of energy that these songs can have can allow for a plethora of uses throughout the internet. Oh, hell yeah, now I get to talk about creator songs. Songs made by people who are definitively YouTubers. Nate Wants to Battle is definitely the poster child of this segment. He's been popular for years now, getting fat mostly off his dub covers of non-English songs, as well as his original fan songs. Plus, he just makes good fucking music. Another good music creator, and honestly kinda antithesis to Nate over here, is Bill Wirtz. With his very indie type of music and his unique lyrics, he definitely carves a spot out for himself as a very special type of artist, and one that you will definitely remember after you listen to him. Plus, he also makes bangers. Now, Bill Wirtz isn't only a music channel, he also does other types of content, which puts me in a good position to talk about...
Look at little Tim Tim sleeping so soundly. Wake up, Tim! What if there's a monster?
Tobuscus was, I think, the first YouTuber to do this, to really jump into music, but it wasn't really his main form of content. And what came of that was some of the most nostalgic bangers on this platform.
But my house is on fire!
Now, skipping forward a few good transitions, we get to the late 2010s YouTuber songs, the big boys trying to do things. PewDiePie was easily the most successful out of any of these, with his occasional songs that kind of cover the lore of his channel at whatever time it's released. Ryan Higa is another YouTuber that comes to mind when thinking of nostalgic YouTuber songs, with classics like Bromance and Nice Guys. I personally like Bromance. This guy was gay with the homies before it was cool. And by far, the most infamous one of these would have to be...
It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. I said it's every day, bro. It's every day.
Do y'all remember this? Remember when this guy was the laughingstock of the internet because of his pathetic attempt at a song? Good times. This was back when the Viner invasion was the biggest tragedy of YouTube. Jake Paul, for all his failure, did genuinely try to make some kind of music career happen, putting out quite a few songs which, view-wise, didn't do all that bad. Even in the modern era, there are still some YouTubers that try their hand at making a music career out of their online success. And don't worry, these ones are like, actually good. Now, I could talk about a lot here. I want to talk about a lot here, but I will majorly be focusing on three specific cases. Those being Ace of Hearts, The Gentlemen, and Lovejoy. These three bands are all spearheaded by major influencers, those being Alpharad, Moist Critical, and Wilbur Soot. But a major component to these groups is that they're more than just the influencers that got them popular. They're made up of genuine musical talent that's treated equal to the big YouTubers who started it. Lovejoy, for example, is honestly only really popular because of heartthrob Minecraft streamer Wilbur Soot, but it also employs the talent of Joe Goldsmith, Ash Kabosu, and Mark Boardman, and it puts them at the same level as the big Minecraft guy. None of these bands would be where they are without these big YouTubers putting trust in others to carry their vision forward. You know, it's really inspiring to see people so devoted and passionate to their craft prove their dedication by staying humble and realizing that they can't do everything themselves. It's just heartwarming to me, and I really think that it spells good for And then there's Dream.
That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is.
Dream has become infamous for his less than artful songs. And I won't lie to you, they aren't great. The beats are pop generic, the vocals are subpar at best, and don't even get me started on the lyrics. Half the time, it sounds like a middle schooler slam poetry, and the other half just takes a bunch of dramatic quotes he found off the internet and awkwardly throws them into the song. I can't see effort or passion in any of these songs. I just see someone who wants to expand their influence. It's not a great look. Songs on YouTube have had a sprawling history, and while this video does end on a bit of a sour note, that doesn't mean there still isn't more to be played. And even now, just look at the diverse history this offers. Man, if only there was some way I could see it all together. Extreme Meme Music Mega Mashup 3 is a YouTube video with a really stupid name. But it also just happens to be 12 minutes of pure, unadulterated history. This is a mashup of over 50 songs from all different corners of the internet, different communities and eras. It ranges from pop songs to old viral videos to nostalgic YouTuber songs. And yes, it can be a bit dated, and I also wouldn't really recommend listening to it. It's a 12-minute meme mashup from 2018, but it really does a wonderful job of capturing the diversity of culture that exists even within this subset of the internet. Just look at all this deep, intricate history that's displayed across millions of computer screens. And we're not at the end either, not even close to it. Maybe Super Mega Meme Mashup 10 is gonna be 30 minutes long, and have 100 different songs, and be even less of a worthwhile watch. Maybe someday, there will be more than just me, who sees all of this as genuine art. What a good video. Well, on to the next one, and those are still there. Anyone gonna do anything about that? No? Alright, guess that's just there now. What are we, building lore for the empty space that I subsist within? Jeez. Calm down.